derogatory or defamatory comments. If you didn't see or hear, please make no mention of it. And very importantly, keep your conversations civil. Numbers to call: 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Let's get to our conversations.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
92.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
Christian.
Welcome, Christian. Welcome, please.
I mean, Jude, things I cannot borrow from anybody. I cannot even collect things like that from anybody.
Like what?
Like you said, clothes, shoes. I cannot borrow those things. All my life I've not done. No clothes. Go to somewhere or shoes. Maybe even when I was living in a public yard, I don't think I borrowed anything like, say, I was or and not I'm not meeting people to give me that, even if I need. So I know I need to get it for myself. So for me, there are things I can do from anybody.
But can you lend them out? If someone says, "Oh, please, bros, borrow me your slippers, make I go this party," or borrow me your pot, my own done the leak, make I go use and take cook beans.
Yes. To give, I will give it to the person, but after using it, I don't think make use of that. And if it's shoe, or give it to you.
Okay. Christian says he will give it to you. You know, if you ask me for it, and he can, he will just give it out to you. Probably will not feel comfortable, using that item again. All right? Okay. All right. Moving on. Now, good morning. Hi, Mr. Jude. I can't ever give up my car again to anybody, no matter what he or she is. I had a bitter experience when I gave up my car to a friend for an event, and my bumper was broken, and she didn't tell me, only for her to give it to someone else to return to me. Ken in Port Harcourt. That's the downside of lending your car, right? Okay. But is that the only thing that you can't give out? Good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt. Hello, good morning. Oh dear. Sorry, drop call scenario. All right. Please, once again, when you call us, do well, turn down the volume of your radio set, please, so that we can have a great conversation with you. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. I'm now seeing messages, must be service provider issues. I'm now seeing comments about I beg to differ, and the contestant, Goodhead, who sang for us before he left, and I'm reading so many comments. Jude, please clap for that boy. This says, "Oh, that boy has a great voice, lovely." Thank you all, and we should also thank the teachers and the parents of these young students for encouraging them to, brave their fears and come into the studio such as ours and do their thing. But for now, to the conversation: what items can you not borrow or lend for someone? What item do you see yourself not ever needing from somebody? What item do you think if anybody ever gets to ask of you, you say no? Is it your car? Your mobile phone? Your PlayStation? You see, I'm going to go back to the phone lines. Let me say this about those kind of gadgets. You see, when we were younger, we didn't have a PlayStation, but my cousins had. And so we wanted to play the game so badly because you know, as children, playing games can really occupy your time. You don't want to go outside. As long as there's power, you just stay indoors playing game, having a good time. We begged and begged and begged and begged. In fact, at one point in time, I actually thought maybe my cousins didn't like me. But then, when I grew older, I realized they were just worried. What if they lent it to me and it got bad? Their father wasn't going to go and get them a new one because hey, you lent it out. That's your business. 90.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt. Oh, damn. Drop call. Scenario. All right. This one here says, Ju, good morning. For me, I don't have a problem lending out my car to my close friends. It's not just anybody that comes that I will just give my keys to. I need to know first and foremost that this person is a good driver. And if Yawa gas, that person would be able to take responsibility for the Yawa. Case closed. That is from Caleb. So case closed. If the Yawa gas, no problem. This person can handle it. Maybe that's one of the reasons why some people only give the items to certain people. Maybe. Just maybe. 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. All right, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo. PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. What items do you find difficult to either borrow or lend? On Facebook, Asukwa says, my phone. Daniel Okuku says, my phone. Can't give up my phone. Okay. Maybe now that a lot of people have Android devices, smart devices, it's easy. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, please. Welcome.
My name is Sunday.
Welcome, Sunday. Welcome.
Yeah, the only thing I know that I can do about two things though, but the one that I know I've tried before and it didn't go out well is my car. Yes, I gave it to a friend. He said he needed money that the wife is sick and all that. I gave him my car. She used to go around to Port Harcourt, get money for himself. The first day I gave him money for fuel. Then I came back, he gave me the money for fuel back the first day. Second day, the guy bought the car, parked it at the workshop, called me to go down and pick it up. As like he spoiled the car, the car got spoiled. He parked it there. So your car, the mechanical, go there, go meet him, collect your key. That was the end. So it didn't even come to say this will happen. I want the fix the car with my money.
What was the problem with the car? What was the problem with the car? What was the problem with the car?
The car is that the clutch failed.
The clutch failed.
The clutch failed. He was unable to move the car.
Okay.
So he just managed the car, parked it at the workshop there. The mechanic now. I went there, met the mechanic, fixed the car with my money, drove the car home.
But do you think it was his fault? Because
So
wait, hold on.
That one maybe my things I use for myself.
But what if the clutch failing was not his fault? Oh dear. Because when it comes to cars, I know a little bit about cars. Your clutch failing may not have been his fault. In fact, the fact that the clutch failed whilst he was driving meant that maybe it had been giving signs whilst you were driving the car. But then, yes, I understand. Something happened. The mature thing is to call and say, oh, look, this is what happened, though. And I'm taking it there because I was using it, okay, can we come to an agreement? Can we split the cost, rather than just leaving the car at the mechanic and just disappearing? Not cool. 90.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning.
Good morning. Very well. Good morning, please.
Yeah, my name is Okechukwu.
Welcome, Okechukwu.
Yes, sir. I don't think I can borrow things except from my siblings. Yeah, I can get things from my siblings. At times, I might not even return it. At times, I will return it and return it extra, especially money.
Okay.
And to lend things out, I can lend things depending on what you want and who you are. For instance, I can give. There are certain people I will say, boy, I can use your car. That's what collect it. We put on fuel, you don't put on fuel. I know that this person can weather whatever comes out of it. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and there are certain people, no matter how you beg me from now to tomorrow, I don't have it. Even if you are looking at it there. Maybe I've had an experience.
Even if they're looking at it, you are telling them you don't have it.
Yeah. But no day, we say no day. Even this way they see self, they no concern you. But now what they see, Ghana they give you. Because I've seen you deal with people, or maybe you have dealt with me in one way or the other. Like the last caller said that his friend got his car, went to and told him that see, it was a close field or whatever happened. This thing was in my custody when that thing happened. So my brother, I will even come and meet you but see what thing that happened. I hold this amount of money now, make her bring, but maybe in the next couple of weeks or something like that, I will bring more and finish. And even after that, if he has kids or have wife, I might buy half bag of rice or buy some gifts and give them sale, but that is still they pay me. You see, this kind of, it's just the thing.
You have a point there.
Most people, the problem is that people are feeling so much entitled these days. I don't even know. Back in the day, things are not like that. Then you borrow people your chinos, your Timberland.
Yeah, Timbs. My brother, you really went to university in this country. Timberlands were a big deal those days. 5 boys used to share one Timberland.
Guys will carry legs, but you might have 10. I have 10 friends. At times, you have only one leg amongst all of us. At times, our sizes are not the same.
Yeah.
And the guy that even bought that leg might not even by the end of the day, he might not have even worn that trouser or the shoe by maybe 2 good times. But there is this one person that will want to kill that particular thing. And you take note of it. Others will start hoarding their things. And you know how friendships work, like, especially friendships that have lasted for over 3-4 decades.
Yeah.
You see that even if those things they still represent, you might buy something for it. You call about 4 of them out of 6 and tell them, see. But not tell this person. And what are the reasons? Because of your conduct, how you approach, and how to see things. So I think the life is supposed to be, if somebody needs help, you borrow the person. But I think people's way of handling people's property is just the thing. There is this parable in my place. They said, which means a bachelor doesn't play when if he's doing whatever. I don't know. There's not everything I'm going to say in radio. The way you handle your wife is not the way you handle your wife that you paid for. So
okay. All right. Thank you very much. Charles on the line from Elekaya. Charles, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, bro. Jude.
Good morning. Very well. Thank you for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay. Like you said, Charles from Elekaya. Talking about things I can borrow. I could borrow anything except my wife, my children, my life. Oh,
you can't lend somebody. You can't lend somebody your children for 2 days to go and help them in their shop.
No, it's relative. Yes, they can, but it depends on what they want to do for you. Because you see, there are some people, when you lend your children to them, they mishandle them. That is it. You know, growing up with my mom, she at the time, when she grew up with her auntie, and she tells us stories of what she had to go through. My auntie has children, but her children will not do anything when my mother
was around.
My mother picked firewood. We were from the river area. She will cross the river, go and pick this firewood. Angala. She will come back. She will go for fishing. In fact, she does every homework, every housework in the house. picks up fishes, the fishes they bought to go and sell, and she comes back. But her children touches nothing. But you know that because of those things she did, my mother grew with the fear of God, and God empowered her by all these things she did. She was very industrious. So when she gave birth to us, she never allowed us to stay with any of her relations.
Wow.
Even if it was Gary she had, we stayed together and drank it in peace. So when I grew up, I now had children. I definitely do not allow them go and stay with people because of maltreatment.
But how do you improve the relationships with their cousins if they don't go and spend time there?
Yes, they hang out. I pick my cousins with some of my nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
They go and hang out. When I am together with them in the same compound, yes, they play with each other. They always interact. In fact, right now my daughter and my son, they are okay. The level of our relationship, the person who is my cousin is their uncle. But both of them are almost ages.
Wow.
They are the same age.
Yeah.
Yes, because my own branch, I came from my mother, but my mother's age mate, the child is my own cousin. I don't know whether you...
Yeah, I do understand how those dynamics work. Yes, I do understand.
Okay, because I have another uncle who is whom I am older than.
Older than, yes, that happens.
But he's the same tree. He's the same tree with my mom.
Okay. All right. So, Charles, thank you very much. Sunday. Oh, dear, that's Sunday for me, Kuku. Now, you see, I know that phrase, lending your children, may seem abusive or maybe inappropriate, but for lack of a better term, that maybe that's what we used to do. Because I remember growing up, and then, my mom would just, go to so-and-so house. Then I was probably about 10. I think, from when I was 10, 11 till I was like 18, 19. I know, go to that woman's house or go to this man's house. Go and help them fetch water. I saw the woman yesterday. She said her son has gone to school. So there's nobody in the house to help her. So tomorrow, you and your brother, people will go there, carry this jerry can, and go to that side, fetch water. And my mother will give us money then, because then we used to buy water in the Lekaya estate. Those of you who grew up in the estate in the 90s, early 2000s, you probably attest to this. So we used to buy water. So we would buy the water. Sometimes when what they call them? There's a phrase for them. Those water truckers, they have those wheelbarrows that they now use to carry trash. Then it used to be for jerry cans. They put jerry cans, up to 10. So we will not pay them. We will now go to the person's house, and we'll spend upwards of about 90 minutes to sometimes even 2 hours. What are we doing? We're going back and front from Circular Road to this other place. We'll go carry water, drop, make sure that they put in the jet. We'll fill up every single bucket in their house. Every bucket in their house. Okay, go. Did they give us 1 naira or 5 naira? No. But because my mother knew that this person's children were not around and they needed help, that was what we would do. So in a sense, my mother will lend us to do chores, for neighbors. That's like I said, that's how I grew up. Would I do that today? I don't know. But I don't think there's anything off with it. Now, when it comes to your personal items, everybody has or should take pride in them. But should that pride prevent you from sharing that item with people? 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeriainfo, PH at Nigeriainfo, PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo. PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. What items, what things would you find difficult to either borrow or lend? What things or items would you find difficult to either borrow or lend? All right, so let's get to this one. This one says, Jude, good morning. My question, this is from Jude Laurie, says, my question is, why would a loan company call somebody out of the blue and tell you to contact someone else that they used you as a guarantor to loan that you know nothing about? They even go as far as saying they will post your own picture as a scammer. What do you think should be done in this situation? You report them. We had this conversation last week. All right, FCCPC. Yeah, you report them. They're not meant to do that. So you can and you should report them. Your privacy is very important. And it goes on to say, Jude, I don't think I can borrow someone my underwear. Aha. Let's talk about clothing items. Now, I don't know how many of you went to public universities. I did. I know for a fact, and you heard one of the guys talking about that back then in school, like 4 or 5 of us, we're sharing Timberlands. And Timberlands then were very expensive. Those days, they used to cost as much as 7,000 naira. Do you know what 7,000 naira was? Some people's school fees in some universities back then was like 10,000 naira. So imagine buying a pair of original Timberland boots. Then they will sign it. Then they used to have this, there was this rivalry between Timberland boots and Echo Unlimited and Fubu, right? So these brands were the boots that, we all wanted to wear. I didn't even have one. Because by the time I told my dad that those boots I want to buy cost 7,000, I said, for what? For shoe. When you're not getting married, my friend, you have to be focused in life. So I never had one. That's the honest truth. I never did. So we would share. Some people would share the Timbs. Man, that your shirt when you wear, I like them. Go wear. Says in that you, man, it just fits you. Make I rock this shirt and make I go class today. Now make I go class tomorrow. Boom. The guy is in engineering. His friend is in theater arts, or maybe he's in MCB. All right. So the chances of people getting to see you side by side with the same outfit is very slim, and they'll share clothes. I don't know, I'm not a female, but maybe a female will help me with this. I think girls used to also share clothes. They used to borrow each other's tops. Yeah, that's what they call them, tops. I don't know about skirts, but if boys could do that back then in school, I'm sure girls were doing it, right? 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003. Jude, good morning. I cannot borrow people's personal effects like singlets and boxers. Even shirts is very difficult. Wristwatches I can borrow, or maybe some form of jewelry. But things that really are on the people's bodies for a long time, I will never borrow. The things that I don't mind lending out include my own shoes. I don't have a problem with shoes, particularly slippers. I have so many of them. But I will never lend out my car. You know how much car be now? That is from Ezekiel. Once again, these things that some of you hold very dear to yourselves mean nothing to some people. They mean absolutely nothing to some people. So, top of the list now, some of you have problems lending to people. Your car, you have a problem lending it out. So, how about your PlayStation? I'm sure some of you have a problem lending it out. I don't. In fact, by the time I was able to afford a PlayStation, right? I'd had my PlayStation with me for so long. After a while, they switch me play again, self. because there weren't enough people to share that experience with me. So sometimes, a friend comes around, boom, they take the console, they take the pads, they take the CDs. After a while, maybe when I've missed it for like maybe a month or now, I'll bring my game, come back. You bring it back. Yes, I know that if it goes bad, it's going to be a problem. But the people that I actually do lend these things out, I know if anything goes bad, we will sit down together and, find a way to fix it. It really isn't that deep. It really isn't that deep. This one says, Jude, I cannot borrow my phone. In fact, today's my day of exposing myself. Ladies and gentlemen, when was that my second year in Uniport? That's like what, 2009? Was it 10? Blackberries were the in thing. And one of the functions that was very much sought after for Blackberries wasn't even the, the BBM. It was the fact that on BlackBerry those days, right, even on the small curves, whether it was curve 1, curve 2, you had those days, right, you could download Yahoo Messenger. That was the biggest instant messaging app back then, right? And I didn't have a BlackBerry, but I had a lot of friends on Yahoo Messenger. And so if I wanted to chat with them, I would say, please, let me use your BlackBerry. I will now sign in. Receive messages. So send me an email. I could, my phone could access email, but I didn't have the kind of phone, I didn't have a BlackBerry then that could grant me access to Yahoo Messenger. The app couldn't work on my phone. So I would borrow some people's phones. I know, and now that I think about it, it was very risky for those people. Some of them were guys, some of them were girls, to lend me their phone. Because, hey, I could have done anything whilst I was with their phones. And I'll be with the phone for like maybe an hour or two, chatting. Hey, what's going on? There's a time when chatting was the biggest thing for us as young people. Oh, those days. So yes, I too used to borrow people's phones. I used to. But I return it. I didn't used to copy their pictures because my phone then was not very good. I didn't used to steal their girlfriend's numbers or whatnot. I don't know. But I hear some people did those things. WhatsApp 08090306416. It's a political comment. Let me just delete this. This doesn't concern us. Jude, good morning. I believe that whatever you can lend or borrow has to do with the level of your mindset. We have some people that can give out their cars. They can give out anything of worth for another person because those things are not important. It is the relationship that's important. It's the same reason why some people will rather give their car to Mr. A and not to Mr. B. It is the type of relationship that they have. James, that might be very true. That might be very true. It depends on the type of relationship. If you have a good relationship, like somebody said with their brothers, their sisters, of course, you can take anything. But if they don't know you, if they don't trust you, if you've not being a responsible person in the past, the likelihood of them trusting you with their personal effects greatly reduces. Greatly reduces. We have time for like one or two more calls. 3 minutes on the clock here. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. By 2.3, good morning, please. Hello? Hello, good morning. Oh dear. It's a drop call scenario. There seems to be a lot of challenges coming through with the regular lines. Try 0817-923-0009. 0817-923-0009. On Facebook, Jude Laurie says, girls, they borrow. Back then in school, some go as far as borrowing wig. Bra. Well, wigs. Girls borrowing wigs. I don't think is that odd? I think a lot of girls borrow wigs, right? I think I will have to agree with you. right? I will have to agree with you on that one. Girls borrow wigs. And it goes on to say 7K back then is like 350K now. Yeah, talking about how much it used to cost to buy a pair of Timberland boots those days. It was 7,000. I can never forget it. 7K. Original ones, you see the sign, they'll tear it and everything, they put in the carton and everything. It was pretty expensive. Really expensive. So girls borrow wigs. Yeah. Girls borrow, I don't know, do girls borrow skirts? You know what? I'm just going to ask the girls downstairs when I leave here. I'm just going to ask the girls downstairs because I know that guys probably borrow t-shirts, jackets, trousers. If you, and more often than not, your peers were usually about the same height as you were. If you were in, year 1 or year 2 or SS1 or SS2, those days, you were all about the same height on the average, 90.3, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh dear. The service providers have not been kind to us during this half hour. Oh, unfortunately. Well, we'll park our bus this morning at this junction. I'd like to thank you as always for joining us on Hello Port Harcourt. We did have a great time with the students on I Beg to Differ. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. prompt, we'll be here to get to listen and be thrilled with another solid performance. Have yourself a wonderful day. Tomorrow is also Eyewitness Report, so get those stories ready, and I look forward to having those conversations with you. Greetings. My name is Jude.
I Beg to Differ Port Harcourt Season 4 from 24 February to March 10. Witness bright young minds